Welcome to this week's Monday Motivation video. And so guys, it's been a while since I've been on here. I have been really busy at getting things ready for the garden. I started earlier, actually February, in seeding the vegetable plants and then transplanting them a little later and then getting them out into the garden. So I've been busy with that. Also, and I've been busy getting my plants out of the hanging baskets and succulents out of the greenhouse and getting them outside, and then working on my canning line, going through doing inventory, getting things ready, working on labels and such, getting things ready for canning season. That is actually an all year thing for me, even though maybe summer is a little bit more of a peak time, but because I need to keep, stocked full of my canning line. And then I also do goat soap and body scrubs and do a lot of other different things. I'm also going to be selling aprons with a cute little saying on it, and rolling pins, cutting boards, wooden spoons and utensils that has little cute sayings on it, or take a custom order. And so those are the things that I've been working on. So I've been really busy getting that up and going. But I wanted to get back to doing my videos more consistently. So today, guys, I want to be talking about being enough. And what I mean by that is knowing that you are enough. Just be you. You hear those things, but sometimes we don't. We're real hard on ourselves and we just won't admit it. We continue to beat ourselves up over things, or we never feel worthy or good enough for other people. We tend to be worrying more about what other people think. We have a choice every morning when we make up. We have a choice. Is this going to be a day that we're going to sit and be depressed and break ourselves down, compare ourselves? That's a big one. A lot of people spend a lot of their time comparing themselves to someone else. Number one, God did not make us all the same. He made us all unique. And I like that. I like that God made each one of us different. If we were all the same, how boring that would be. I like that, that He thought enough to make you, and thought enough of you to put you on this earth. We are here for a specific purpose and reason. We didn't come here by mistake. Really, God made you just the way you are, and He made you for a specific purpose and reason, not by a mistake. A lot of us are thinking, gosh, I have nothing to offer. We think we have to look just right, dress just right, worry about, comparing our home to the neighbor's home, when we should not be doing that. That is so insignificant. That is not even why we're here. God wants us to serve Him and to serve others. Those are the two things. His commandment to us, the greatest commandment, was to love God and then to love our neighbor. So worrying about all these things, about comparing ourselves to others is really, it's not important. And if you can focus on that, so when you get up in the morning, you look in the mirror and you thank God for who you are, because you are special, you are a winner, and you were designed for greatness. You are blessed and highly favored. You were made in the image of God. And so, wake up and be proud of who you are. It amazes me in what we look at and we think, gosh, that person has it all. And I know this for experience and a fact. I've known people, they may have a lot of money and they may live in a humongous castle, but they're miserable. I know people that are like that. And we could take a big learn a lesson from our elders. My grandma and grandpa, Of course, they worked hard for everything that they have. And my parents, they worked hard. But what made them happy was just the simple things in life. And, they were not poor. A lot of the elderly that I know maybe had money, but their homes were simple. They were just simple. And I love an old farm home, even an old home that's in town. I love those old homes. But people today, they crack me up. They want something humongous and can barely pay for it, and just keep adding, more cars, boats, and on and on and on and on and on, trying to fill a hole that they have, and they will never get enough of all these things to fill that hole, when all that they need is to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, to have God in their life, and to have Him direct them in the path, and because He has a plan. He's got a plan for you, and He has a plan for me. And so it may be totally different, but when you step into your greatness and you do what God has called you to do, and you might be thinking, well, I don't know what that is. I don't know what God has called me to do, and that's when you need to get on your knees. You need to be talking to your Creator, because I'm telling you, He's got a plan for you. And when you know what that plan is, and you step into your greatness and you start doing those things, that hole fills up quickly. It does. And you will realize that all these other things, all these material things, are just things. And when we die and leave this earth, we're not taking these things with us. We're going to spend eternity one place or the other, And so we want to make sure that our life is a reflection of Christ, and that we are living our life for Him. Does that mean that we're always going to be perfect and that we're never going to mess up or make mistakes? Absolutely not. You can go through the Bible and you can see how a lot of the characters in the Bible, a lot of them struggled. A lot of them done a lot of things. David, for one. David, goodness gracious. He had a man killed and took the man's wife. He done a lot of things that was wrong, but then he fell on his knees, and God, by God's grace, He picked him up and put him back on the right track. And that's the same for you and I. Not that we need to go out and do those things, but what I'm saying is, when we do slip off the track, and we're going to, He can, if we seek His will, He can put us right back on track and get us going. And that is our journey on this earth while we're here. We need to be doing for Him. And, you can do those things in your work. I think that's one of the things. For the longest, I wanted to be able to help people, to be an encourager to them through my business. And I was not able to do that till I got had my own business. So that doesn't mean that you have to, quit your job and get your own business. I'm not saying that. But if you can work, that into your business, be a witness to others, then that is wonderful. I highly, highly encourage you to really seek God's will for your life. Guys, I wish I could tell you that you would never have any trials and tribulations while you're here on this earth, but that's just not reality, not true. We live in a sinful world. But I can tell you that when those times come, I know from experience, I've had several times in my life where I felt like I was drowning, felt like everything was turned upside down, and I just didn't know what was going to happen. But I had Jesus, and when I turned to Him and asked Him for that peace that only He can give, the peace that surpasses all understanding, and that means, we cannot even comprehend that peace. But when you ask it and you ask sincerely, He will give it to you. And He gave it to me. And I had that peace in my heart that, man, it did not matter what was going to happen. I was going to be okay. You know, everything around me may fall apart and crumble, but I am going to be all right because I have Jesus beside me. And that's what He said. He goes, I will always be with you. I will be with you until the end of time. And so, you know, that's a wonderful, peaceful feeling. And guys, I feel sorry for people that don't have that. You know, they're living with no hope. They're lost. They're searching for something, and they're never going to find it until they get their life right with Jesus and with God. And so my prayer for you, for each one of you, is that God would give you that peace that He has, that you can only experience that peace through Him. I'm going to pray that for each and every one of you. And so guys, if I can be of any assistance, please reach out to me. I would love to visit with you. So may God bless you, and happy trails.